Hey, good day to all of you. My name is Blair and welcome to another OS operating system. Today we're gonna take a look into Pardus 23.4 right here in our OS operating system. Let's use my Brave browser to open the website. That's pardus.org.tr/en/ that's for the English version. And of course, it has awesome technology of this futuristic type of operating system. Discover Pardus feels the power of freedom. Of course, they have this icon nice. If I move my cursor, it follows. So let's try to download this one, or you could go right here on the download and release static or the education. Well, you could check out the education and the documents right here. So you have the genome, XFCE, and of course you also have the static right here, and of course you have the release. Okay, so the Pardus 23.4 will try to use the XFCE. So let's try to download this one and put it in our download folder. There it is right here. So just click save and download it right here on your download folder. They also have the server right here if you want to have the server, and they have the genome at the same time, but I'll be using the XFCE. It's just only requiring like 1 GB of CPU and 1 GB of random access memory. That's equivalent to 1024 megabytes. The hard disk space is just only requiring like a USB, which is 8 gigabytes. And if you have some extra space to spare for your documents, files, and those stuff, you could also add that one. GPU for graphics, well, it requires only like a 16 megabytes of RAM, so video RAM. Cool, right? It's just very minimum. So let's try to go to our virtual, which I'll be using the boxes of genome. Let's click this one, install the ISO file. Just click that one and open. And let's create the operating system. We'll give it like 8. And instead of 20, I'll be using 50 so that I have the space. And let's full screen this one so that you will not get confused. You have the Turkish and the English. I'll be using English, so let's use the live. Okay, let's use the live. So let's start with the live boot. So okay, we are now in the live boot. We have to make this the correct aspect ratio. So let's try to change the aspect ratio. Oops, that's not the aspect ratio. We need to go to the settings. Okay, display settings there. Instead of like 768, I'll be using this 1080. Where is 1080? Oh, there it is. And click apply and keep the configuration and close this one. We have update. Wow, okay. So let's try to install this, not to update. Let's try to install this one first. Philippines as my time zone, and for the swap, oh my, I'll be using that one, and I'll click next. I'll create yes. The username, of course, I'll be using my brand, and the password will be just only 4 characters. And then let's click apply and install. So it will take only 5 minutes to install this one. Let me try to correct the display at the same time. Display settings, supposed to be 1080. Where's 1080 there? Let's click that configuration and close this one, and let's make right here our display, and it will take only like 5 minutes. This is XFCE, so it is very fast. So okay, we already have our installation completed, so let's try to restart. And of course, let's click it again, full screen, and there's our grub. So let's use this as I click the enter button. Okay, so we have our login. So let's try to click our super secret password and log it in. So yes, we are now in our login, and this is the welcome page. But first, I think we need to correct our display again. So it will be 1080 because my screen is using a 1080 screen. This is their welcome page for the Pardus 23.4, and this application will help you configure your OS Pardus. And I like the dark mode, so I'll be using dark mode for this one. And you have the selection of the different types of wallpaper. So this is their default, but you could use any type, like for example this one, right? Or this one, it's awesome. Or this one, cool, right? Or anything that you wanted to. So you have all the options. Okay, so let's use the default. I think I'll be using the dark. Where's the dark? Okay, there. I'll be using the dark. And then display, I'll be just okay with 100% display. For the pixels will be only the 34. It's okay. Desktop icons will be 42, but of course you could minimize that one into 34 at the same time. The speed of the cursor and the size will be right here, but I'll be okay with that one. And you have the shortcut keys at the same time. So you want to show the keyboards, so let me continue that one. And you have the software center, which has different icons, from Ventoy to the system monitoring to the VS Code and all those stuff. I'll be just gonna let you see that later. And the shortcut keys at the same time. Let's close this one and proceed to our desktop user interface or desktop UI. As you can see, we have the wallpaper right here plus your icons right here, and this is the start menu right there, and we have the notification right here, but I have to click the update at the same time so that I will be just updating while it is try to talk about these different types of things right here in our operating system. So let's minimize that one. And of course, desktop user interface, it's so easy, it's like Windows. And you also have the wallpaper Just right click in that one, and then you have the wallpaper right here. As you can see, we have all the options right here to search for your wallpaper as it is loading right now. So it's up to you to what do you want to use. Okay, so there's a lot. Okay, let me close that one. And of course you also have the appearance there. So we have the appearance right here. So it depends on what kind of FXCE dark or FXCE or just high contrast or add with GTK 3 or GTK 2 and the dark. You could also change the icons right here. I leave it as it is, fonts right here, and other settings. Okay, if you want to enable the editing accelerator, it's really up to you. So let me close that one. Let's go to the apps. So you have all the apps right here, but if you want to be categorized with your application, like for example this one for the accessories, you have all these different types of accessories for your graphics right here, the LibreDraw, the GNU image manipulator program, your internet, which is using the Firefox. If you want to use the mail reader and the web browser, I think the web browser is also a Firefox. Let me click that one. Oh yes, it is also Firefox. Okay, let me close that one again. And then we also have the multimedia, which is of course your CD burner, your audio control Audacious. You also have the VLC media player for your office. They using the LibreOffice, but of course you could also download if you wanted to use the only Office. And they have also the settings right here and the system. Cool, right? Okay, let me see the it's still updating, so let's minimize this one. We'll wait for 100% so that we will have everything in place. Okay, so let me see. How about the software app center? So the app center right here, it is using the what kind of it's still getting. I want to know what kind of application are they using for this one. I know it's FXCE, but I think this is Genome. No, they have their own Pardus software center. You could also install the NVIDIA video accelerator right here. If you have the pen, you could also use this one. Hotspot, if you have some hotspot. You could also categorize right here for your development apps. For example, your Python blocks at the same time right here. Let me see. Scratch is also here. Cool. So let me go back to the education. Let me see. Wow. Okay. You have the flowchart at the same time application. Wow. Okay. This is really nice. Let me see. For the enterprise. Cool. Games. Let me see some games. Oh, the 2048 is also here. Okay, Steam, of course. Steam is actually Linux, so yeah, if you're using Windows, well, there is a some sort of glitch or something like there's a glitch before it load the Steam Deck, so which means it has its own adapter for Windows. So yeah, so cool, right? So let me go back. So for example, I'm looking for some application, and of course I look for my only office, which is my preferred office suite, so I have to click that one. And then how to install, just click right here, and don't forget your super secret password. Enter that one and it will install it for you. But wait, only one software management tool is allowed to run. Wait, we have also this one. Okay, let's wait for this to reach 100% so that it will be installing properly. The Pardus Software Center is not a multitasking application. It has a monolithic, so I think you have to wait for the update to accomplish everything before you install it. So take note for that one. And the updates are installing. Please wait. Then let's try to install the only office. Okay, the process is already completed, so let's click OK and try to install our only office. So let's wait for this to reach 100%. It's already 6-7%. Now it's 10. So let's wait and let's try to see the application. So okay, we already finished our download. Let's try to open this one. Let's minimize and use the start menu, and we have the only office right here. Let's click it. It functions properly. So we have the document, spreadsheet, presentation, and PDF all in one. So this is 4-in-1 application. So cool, right? So if you want to change the theme, for example, you want to have the dark modern contrast, let's try to click that one, or the modern, or the contrast dark modern, right there, modern dark. Cool. So nice, right? And if you want to have additional, like for your cloud, you have all the options right here. Okay, so of course, username, you could always restart your username, and your local files right here. So mostly it is in our document folder, not in download. But of course, if you download something, it will be on the download folder too. So let me close that one and close this one, and of course let's resume back to the application. You also have the Wine if you use the Windows apps, so you could use this one. Okay, so let me close that one. That is our software center, the Pardus Software Center. So that's how you install. And conclusion for this one, it is so easy, it is very fast and very modern feel. There's nothing like hard right here. So yeah, if you want to use this operating system, it's absolutely for free, nothing to pay. It's just only like 5 minutes to install, so very easy to install. You have the option if you have the automatic installation, but be careful, you have to put the password, you have to set the password. Okay, it feels like Windows, not Mac. Of course, this is XFCE, so it is very fast, it is lightweight, it asking for only a minimum of 1 gigabytes of processor and 1 gigabytes of random access memory, or RAM. For your storage space, it's only like 8, maybe 10 gigabytes. It's really up to you. It is not too hard, like user experience, it is not too hard. So how to shut down, you have the options right here on the bottom. So you have log out, restart, shut down, suspend, and switch. At the same time, you could also use the start menu right here and click click right here to shut down. It's still the same. So let's cancel that one. So if you have some question, feel free to ask me. Write it in the comments down below. This is Blair, your computer science and mathematics and engineering teacher. Bye for now, and see you in the next episode of OS operating system. See you in the next adventure. Ciao. Now let's click shutdown. Shutdown.